right, just recording my reflection for Wednesday, May 20th, and I didn't really have time to have a place to set up, and it's really windy here, and I'm on my way home, so I'm gonna do it inside my car. Uh, so the gospel for today, you have in the Gospel of John, we're in chapter 16, and he says to the disciples, he says, I have much more to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. I have much more to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. And I wonder, just in true humility, we recognize the fact that there are times in our lives when we simply cannot handle whether it's a truth that's negative towards us because of bad decisions we've made, sins we've committed, and we can't handle the truth of it. And so God is very gentle, he's very patient with us, and he protects us in some ways from that. Or when there's something so positive, so good, that we can't handle it in that moment. So there's a story about a Russian general during World War II, and the Nazis had just begun their invasion into Russia. And one of the first things they did was the Nazis bombed a whole bunch of the airfields in Russia and destroyed an enormous number of their airplanes. And this Russian general, was in charge of all the airfields. And so he went and surveyed all the damage. And when he got back to his office, he killed himself because he had given up hope. He thought there was no way they could recover from what had happened. Now, the thing was, he simply in that moment couldn't handle the facts, if you will, as they lay, but he gave up. That was the problem. He says, I can't handle this and I'm going to give up. And he could have. The Russians actually went on to win the war, but in that moment, he simply couldn't handle it. Now, there's times with us and God where God realizes, because of our emotional state, because of our weaknesses, if he were to tell us what's going to happen, what the destructive nature that's going to come from our sins, we wouldn't be able to handle it. We would just give up. We would not be able to endure seeing all the destructive things that come from our sins. And so God in some ways protects us from that. Now, he will reveal it to us, but perhaps not all at once, right? Now, the same is true of positive things, of good things. Jesus says, I have more to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. And so whether it's going to be the magnitude of our mission, the greatness of God's glory, there's sometimes we simply can't absorb it all. And so God understands us better than we understand ourselves, right? I also think that this is a good reason for us to be very patient, very kind with people. When we see them screw up, when we see them do something bad, be patient with them. You don't have to crucify people for their mistakes, but tough love can be a good thing, right? So just to be careful of that. Don't overwhelm somebody with what they've done. At the same time, say, okay, what is it they can handle? Okay? All right. I suppose there's more things I could say, but I just haven't spent enough time really reflecting on this. But I think, so the negative things, be mindful that God is not going to always let us see all the things that are going to happen because of our sins, but it will come. And I think the more maturity we have spiritually, the more we can handle. And then also the positive things, that he's going to lay things out for us as we need it. All right. I hope you all have a great day. I'm on my way home right now. So God bless you all. Para mi reflexión por este día, miércoles 20 de mayo, en el Evangelio de Juan, Jesucristo está diciendo que en este momento los discípulos no puede cargar, no puede He can't handle it. No puede cargar el mensaje completamente de Jesucristo. Porque nuestras emociones, nuestras mentes no puede cargar en un minuto, ¿sí? En un momento. Hay una historia de un general de ejército de Rusia durante la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Y este es en el primer 1 o 2 días cuando los nazis en Alemania están atacando Rusia. Y durante este primer días de la batalla, los nazis destruyen los aviones de Rusia. Ahí se Russia. De su enemigo, ¿sí? Y este general está en carga de estos aviones. Y cuando él después está mirando de toda destrucción de los aviones, esta persona tiene despair, tiene sentimientos muy, muy mal. Y porque de esto él comitó suicidio. Porque no puede cargar la información. Es muy, muy horrible. Yo pienso que a veces es lo mismo con nuestros pecados. Dios protégenos de todo efecto de nuestros pecados, porque si podemos mirar todos los efectos, vamos a ay, no sé en español. We're going to quit. We're going to give up. No podemos no saber la palabra. No podemos cargar información y vamos a tener depresión y quitar todo trabajo en tratando continuar, ¿sí? Ok. Dios tiene mucha paciencia con nosotros, ¿sí? La realidad es nuestros pecados tienen efectos en el mundo que están muy mal. Pero muchas veces Dios protégenos de todo esto porque no podemos verlo. Nuestras emociones no pueden, ¿sí? Ok. No, otro lado también. A veces no podemos cargar información buena de Dios. Porque Dios es muy grande. Porque Dios es amor puro. Si podemos mirar a Dios completamente, es demasiado. Jesucristo dice en el Evangelio hoy, ustedes no pueden cargar todo en este momento. En el futuro voy a revelar más. Cuando tiene madurez espiritual, de cargar esto. ¿Ok? All right. Lo siento, hoy hay muchas palabras, no sé en español, pero yo pienso que tú entiendes mi mensaje. Dios tiene mucha paciencia con nosotros. No, en otro lado también, cuando personas alrededor de nosotros tienes pecados, tienes debilidades, tienes cosas malas, necesitamos mucha paciencia. Y no tratar crucificar a estas personas siempre porque sus pecados. Es paciencia y mostramos amor duro, tratamos de enseñar, tratamos de tener justicia, pero con amor. ¿Sí? All right. Ok. Esta es mi reflexión hoy. Hasta mañana y adiós.